And when it comes to investing, actually you may choose to invest in an emerging market, in a developing economy, or in a developed economy, or in an industrialized economy. So, I want to talk about what makes developed markets unique. We want to look at the key characteristics or the key features of a developed market or of developed markets compared to emerging markets or underdeveloped markets. So features of undeveloped markets refers to the characteristics of economies that are highly industrialized, countries like the US, like Japan, like China, like Russia. These are examples of developed industrialized economies. And so they have high standards of living. They have a more stable financial systems. These markets are typically well regulated, and they provide investors with lower risk compared to emerging markets. So here are the key features of developed markets. Number one here is they have that stable economic growth. They have stable economic growth. So in this case, developed markets experience slower but more stable economic growth. Slower but more stable. These economies are typically less volatile, and they have a kind of well-established infrastructures, and making them more resilient during global downturn. So growth, tends to be more predictable with a focus on technology, service, and innovations. So these countries they have more predictable growth. They have high level of technological advancements, and coupled with innovation and high quality of service delivery, high quality of product and service delivery. Another important characteristic is number two is high income levels. High income level. So individuals in developed markets typically enjoy high disposable incomes, and they have better access to health care, to education, and other public services. These are typical characteristics of developed countries. They have better hospitals, well-equipped hospitals compared to my country here, and the salary there is very high compared to my own country, which is an underdeveloped economy. And this creates a large and affluent consumer base, which in turn will drive demands for both goods and services. So the income level is very, very high. If I may if I may go into if I may delve into talking about myself at a personal level, actually I work in a higher institution, and this is this is our office actually, and the item there you are seeing there is a metallurgical microscope, the Department of Mechanical Engineering. When we talk about income, our income here is relatively very low. If I convert what we're earning per month into dollars, is very well. Let me not go into that. That isn't the essence of our video. I'm not trying to buttress the fact that there is that high income level in developed economies. Number three is mature financial systems. Mature financial systems. The developed markets, have highly developed and efficient financial systems, including well-regulated stock exchanges, as well as banks and insurance companies. So their system is highly regulated. is well regulated, is advanced. They have that technological competency and the rest. This system provides liquidity, provides stability, and investor protection, making them attractive for both local and foreign investors. So these are all obtainable in developed countries. Number 4 is low market volatility. Low market volatility. Compared to emerging markets, actually, developed markets generally experience less price volatility. In their stock markets. This is due to factors like them having a stable political system, established industries, and strong regulatory framework that help reduce uncertainty for investors. So it's an organized society, and this will go a long way in lessening volatility compared to what we have in emerging market like Nigeria. Number 6 is Number 5 is advanced infrastructure. Advanced infrastructure. When it comes to infrastructure, they are just so advanced. All right. So you have, developed markets have advanced physical and digital infrastructures, such as in that transportation network is just in another level. You have trains, trams, good road network, better, airports. You want to take flights. It's just in another level. There's no comparison actually. And they have better communication systems. You have 5G network. In my country here, very few cities have 5G. The place I'm making this video from, we are just limited to 4G. We don't know when we're going to have 5G network. So we have poor communication system here. But we are used to it anyway. And when we talk about energy, we all know about NEPA. But, Nigerians in diaspora, they understand what I'm talking about. In fact, it's also funny, actually. I can't just stop laughing. As I'm talking to you now, there's no light. There's no what we call NEPA. There's no NEPA. We only have a kind of solar system in the office here. We're using solar energy in the office here to charge our phones and our laptops and, all those things, So the issue of, energy is almost like we are managing off grid. So this infrastructure supports economic activity and provides a strong foundation for business and investment growth. So it's okay. We thank God for everything. When I'm through now and I want to upload this video, it's always very stressful. It takes time because of the limitation of 4G network, and we can't afford Starlink, Elon Musk. We can't afford Elon Musk Starlink here. It's way too expensive. In fact, the monthly subscription. The new monthly subscription for Elon Musk, this thing is about a quarter, close to a quarter or so of our salary here. We can't even dream of it. So these are the things we come across, we are exposed to in the typical emerging market. Please like this video and subscribe to this channel. All right, it will do me a ton of good. To motivate me to keep on bringing contents of this nature to you. Number 6 is demographic factors. Demographic factors. So developed markets tend to have aging populations and digital infrastructures and aging populations actually. And so this can influence economic policies. It influences the pension system as well as consumer behavior. In a case where you have more of retirees than the young population, it becomes a problem. So while this may reduce the growth potential in certain sectors, it also provides demand for health care, for technology, and services catering to older population, like retirement homes, care homes, something of that nature. and also demand for health care. You see, so unlike our own country, we don't have this kind of situation. Number 7 is diversified economies. Economies. Economies in developed markets are usually, diversified across a wide range of industries, such as finance, technology, health care, and also manufacturing. So this diversification helps to reduce risk and ensure that no single sector dominates the overall economy. So they have a well-diversified economy, well-diversified sectors. So if you invest in them, you are adequately diversified. You've adequately mitigated your risk. Number 8 is high regulatory standards. High regulatory standards. Developed markets are known for their stringent regulatory standards, including transparent financial reporting, strong legal protection for investors, and well-established consumer protection law. If you lose your economy, if you lose your money in investments, the law could be there to take care of you. Unlike what happened in the case of this Cymex or Cimex, that investors lost over $1 trillion, about 822 million dollars. Kind of people lost money, about 822 million in a pyramid scheme, and we begin to wonder how they can get their money back, or whether the perpetrator will be arrested at all or not. It all depends. So this foster a more secure investment for your environment for your investments. You are somewhat secure. Number 9 is global economic influence. Global economic influence. So developed markets such as those in the US, Japan, Germany, and UK have significant global economic influence. So their policies and economic performance and stock market can impact global trades, currency markets, as well as investor sentiment. So overall, developed markets offer stable investment opportunities, but with lower growth potentials compared to emerging markets. That's just the disadvantage. They are less risky, they are quite stable, but the returns are usually lower than what is obtainable in emerging markets. These are the features of a developed economy. You want to invest in a typical developed economy like the US, you take these features into consideration.